Okay, I'm going to start getting into the moon on the Tripping Sponge series for Rick. And I'm just going to show people and take you through all this real quick, how easy this all is. Picture a full moon. I punched into Google. I start getting all these full moon photographs, of course. I'm looking at for full moons, crystal clear moons, things that I can see. I just hit on whatever ones I like, hit save, image as, save to my desktop, saved, okay. I already did that like 4 or 5 times already. I'm sure all of you know how to do this. And I'm just going to pick a few full moons. Now I'm looking for moons that preferably are being, a forward telescope is being used to grab the imagery. I'm going to grab this one for the hell of it too. Okay, and if they saved, so I won't shut this out all the way, let's see, yep. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a couple. That one looks really old, but let's go with it. It's got a lot of detail in there. Print. And I'll do a few of these. I'm just going to see which ones I like best here. Let's see. Yeah. No, that's the flyer, which is all full of misspellings. This one I kind of liked, but it's small. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now, of course, this is for people that don't have a telescope and can't go out and take their own pictures of these moon photographs, alright? Okay, cancel that. What do you mean? Windows cannot cancel. That's that one. I'm looking for one that was pretty big. You can't open it. Alright, no biggie. That's that. Okay, and then what I was going to say is you can go out with your own, as these are printing up, you can go out with your own telescope, just put your camera phone, mount it right onto your telescope. These are daytime moon photos, nighttime moon photos. I'm trying to find myself a full one. These are all mine now. I took these with the telescope, which I'm going to turn around and show you in a minute how easy it is for you to all do this. It's not bad, but I got more crisp ones. Let's just do it just so I can prove my point here. Alright, print. Yes, 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 yes. And I'm using a reverse telescope, a reverse lens telescope. And it actually works out good for the cameras and stuff that I'm using. Okay, finish. I'm going to pick one more of these, as long as my printer holds out. Over here. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, print. Yep, yep. Come on, piece of shit. Alright, so that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So while we're in here, I'll show you the benefit of doing photographs over videos, and then also a printed version, what the difference is. And then not only that, but then we go from that printed version to the printed version on clear plastic. So I'm just gonna find me one that's kind of centered and looks okay. This is pretty clear, yeah. Alright, so the nice thing about, now this is daytime, I don't usually do any of this during the day, but I want to get into how to easy this all is. Again, using my camera phone as a viewing device. I don't have to put any filters on yet. This is a photograph of the moon. I took this photograph, but I could use any of those other photographs I'm going to. And I come in and I start moving my camera around to start pulling the imagery. Now, my eyes have adjusted to all this now, so I'm seeing everything a lot more quickly, clearly. So I'm going to try to move slowly, and don't forget about cropping imagery. It's all lights and shadows, lights and shadows. Alright? And this is not being hidden from you. You can go online just like I just did, like I just showed you. And all this will, you'll be able to download these and put them on the photographs and do all this. I'm going to tell you about tilting your screen back and forth. Don't be afraid to do it. The same way I was showing you with the clouds. Depending on where your perspective is and where you're actually standing, you're going to see different imagery anyway. I'll explain that further as we go along. So now what today's video is going to be about, just giving you the gist of this. So don't be afraid to angle your camera to pull on different imagery. Okay, now that I said that, angle back. Don't be afraid to angle your screen back, okay? Okay, and I'm just giving you the gist of this. I'm not going in hard on none of this or anything yet, so don't be, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just bringing you around a little bit. When I start going in different ways, you'll see it even better. And when I go in at night, you'll see it better. And when I add contrast to it, you'll see it better. And I may put the telescopic lens on for a minute. I'll do that in a few minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna start rotating the screen. Maybe I'll actually look at a few different things. Hold on. So I have so many of them. Let's see. I want some color. Yeah. So what I do with my camera on the telescope is I do 360s with the camera on the telescope. And show you every different little angle, every different line of your perspective is going to show you different imagery, more clear, more crisp. What just looks like shadows in one direction, when you go looking around at it, you're going to see is actually imagery. It's filled with imagery, packed with imagery, image within image within image, just like everywhere else. And the imagery never changes in the moon. This imagery in the moon never changes. It's always the same. That's a great thing for us. Alright, so you see what I'm doing here, right? Just going to hold the camera and look around at the photographs and flip them around and grab the imagery. Let me grab a couple other things. Hold on. Okay, I'm just bringing out these cheap little filter kits, and I'm just going to try a couple filters out while looking at moon photographs, okay? And you can tilt your camera up, down, move it around, and have it in your hand. Mine's on a little tripod. A little small tripod. I'm going to put a green filter on to add some contrast to what I'm doing. It also allows me to pull the screen back down and give myself some more light as I'm looking at this. This is again the moon. You'll start pulling in the imagery a little bit better as you slowly move your camera around. Use your camera as a viewing device, just like I told you to do with the clouds. I've been saying it video after video after video, and everyone should be able to start seeing this soon. It's been a year now, so I think that it's time. I had enough. Everybody got to wake up now. So, anyways, yeah, you'll be able to move around. The imagery never changes. It's always the same. I got 10 years of photographs, 11 years now, of photographs of the moon that I went back when I found this nanocarbon and realized that it's been like this all along. I don't never find anything different. It's always the same. It's not infinite. So I'm just moving the camera slow. I'm tilting my screen back and forth so you can pull different imagery in. It's not gonna be a long video. I'm already at 11 minutes. I more or less want to bring you through and show you how to do this, so you guys can do this for yourselves. All right, so that's all I did over the years. Now I've got the ones. My cartridge is running out of ink, but that's okay. I'll go to the first ones. So I can go to these moon photographs, right? These are from other people offline. And what you can use this for is to confirm that the imagery is always the same, never changes. No matter where the photograph has been taken from, you can always do what I'm about to show you. So you take these photographs and make yourself a little white table. Mine's gotten a little more extravagant as I've gone along. I got a couple different color lights going on above and below, that I mess with and fuck with as I'm doing these. And I'm going to make you some videos. I'm going to bring you from the moon videos on the Santos Bonacci series, and I'm going to go outside and get you some videos. I'm just waiting for the moon to do its thing. When the moon gets up near full, then it's worth my time. Otherwise, it's not. I'll track it, but I'm not going to go out and record it every series because nobody watches the fucking videos anyway. So it's a difference. So I'm going to go back and use the Santos Bonacci series research vids. And what I'm doing is I'm going to pull up these other moon photographs that I just did with a forward telescope. I've done this for every series as well for the last 3 series anyways, since Sylvie and Brother Sanchez series. I put them side by side, forward telescope, reverse telescope, my telescope versus anybody. Give me anybody's fucking moon photograph. As long as it's a full moon, I don't care where the photograph was taken from, whether it was fucking taken from Japan, Russia, United States. This is a big thing. And I put them side by side. I don't believe I have, these are both mine, right? Let's see. Oh, but I guess I could take the clear one. I also have the moon. I'm going to start going in on you guys with this too. I have the moon on clear plastic now. So this is pretty cool too. So actually I can flip it if I want to and just do this. And then I've got the side by side, see? So now I've got side by side with this other moon photograph. I don't remember if that's mine or not too though, but either way. See, and then I'm going to go side by side, and I'm going to turn and turn. It's getting kind of boring for me, actually. I do this every fucking series. I'll get to the good stuff with this plastic version when it's on plastic. And I also have got the moon map model working at least. At least I'm able to get some thoughts on this, especially figuring out what I've figured out with the moon and the constellations. All mind-blowing stuff, all shit that everybody should be out there doing and no one's even paying attention. It's unbelievable. I'm going to start doing some trace outs of the imagery as I start doing this as well. It's easy to trace on this tracing table that I made here. It's a lot better. This is my best tracing table yet, and best one for doing videos. Now, if I didn't have all that light glare coming in, it was nighttime, which that's what I'll wait for. It's nice. But yeah, the imagery comes in nice and clear. I advise anybody to do this. This is just printouts on paper. It works fine, just so you can get a gist of what I'm talking about, and lay them out on glass or whatever, and start looking in at the moon in a whole new way, and get used to the imagery, Yeah. Now I have a filter on here. I don't have to because I've got all this other light going, so I don't really need to do that. I got colored lights is why. I got red bulbs going on and shit. So I don't really need it. So I can get more clarity for you also when I'm doing these. Again, if I didn't have all that back glare, it'd be even better. But your eyes will be able to start picking stuff out. The moon is the only place we'll find body imagery so far. It's image within image within image, just like everywhere else. Easy to pick out, easy to grab now for me. digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon at the area we call the moon. I'm going to go over that on paper with you. I'm going to go over the videos with you, and I want people to know also how easy this all is for all of you. Don't worry about what anybody fucking tells you. It's so easy. Okay. Cheap $35 tag sale telescope. Sometimes I put a filter on, a dark filter. Right now it's on that other cheap ass telescope. Nothing fancy, okay? I make my own mounts for the cameras. All it is a glue gun. I take the glue gun. That's why I got it here, to show you what I just did earlier. And I glue gun on a flat piece of paper, just threw it around. I use this hole saw right here to cut it, another one that I have. And I cut the circle out for the lens, and that's it. And I can mount my camera phone, the same one that I'm using this now to do this video with. Nothing fancy, right? And I can get right in at the fucking moon. Take my own videos, take my own photographs. I advise everybody to do that for themselves. It'd be much better, much better. And it's too easy not to do it and be taking other people's word on shit. So I want to show you that. Then I have this Vivitar camera, which my kids broke off the cap on me. They didn't know what it was for. But that's also to slip a lens into and then mount it onto the camera, which I like doing because this one's easier to do 360s with. That's why I like that. A little bit of gasket sealer with one of those lens things that fits the lens, and that's it. Nice and easy. Just like the rest of the kit. No expense, no cost. It's cheap and easy to do. What am I at? For minutes. Alright, good. I'm only at 17 minutes. So yeah, I just wanted to explain that. Very simple. Make your own shit. It's really easy to do. Some gasket maker that holds these caps on real nice. All I did was tape over anything, lights or sensors that couldn't get glue in them, and that's it. And then when that's done, nice and easy, set it right on there. There's a $12 camera at Walmart on the sales shelf one day. And these things, are 30 bucks each, these cheap camera phones. And I use those with the telescope, and that's it. Nice and simple. So I've got these printed up. I'm going to cut them out. Whatever ones have value. My printer was losing ink. So whatever ones have any kind of a value to them, I will do that. But that's how easy it is. If you don't have a telescope, just go to the websites and punch them up. It's no big deal. No one's hiding it from you. Just refusing to look. So I'll be back.